Hello everyone and welcome to Best Side Cycling. Today is an amazing day for Redmond and the whole of the east side as we celebrate two more link station openings, but not only that, but some new trail connections as well. So in this video, you're going to join me for the opening day festivities, and I'm going to show you all these new places to ride and what really is a new beginning for this city in multimodal transportation. This is the morning of May 10th, where in just a little bit, there's going to be two new stations in service, Marymoor Village and downtown Redmond. And to celebrate, a multi-block party was set up with freebies, discounts, not to mention a bouncy castle merch store. But the crowd favorite of the day was the Boop, the orca mascot of the orca card. And then it was time for the ribbon cutting with all sorts of officials marking this amazing milestone. And now it's time to ride.
Hold on, there we go. Watch your step as you step in.
And we're off. From the terminus of the 2 line, we are headed towards South Bellevue and hopefully in the new year towards the 1 line in Seattle. So this is an amazing milestone still. As a South Bellevue resident, being able to finally access downtown Redmond through light rail just makes it so much more appealing, as you'll notice the brand new Bear Creek Trail Bridge that also serves as a major link between downtown Redmond and southeast Redmond. Traditionally, two places that have been really hard to connect now are available through transit and by bicycle, but we'll get into more of those details later as we get into Marymoor Village Station. Situated in the east end of the park, it has a big parking garage, and I think this will really change how people access a lot of the events that are running through the summer in the area. Things like Cirque du Soleil or all the movies in the park. This is just a quick showing of the new access to the station as a new trail was created. It's very simple to use, just right off of the Marymoor connector. As you just roll on a bit, turn towards the velodrome, and you're well on your way. So note that this path still is technically under construction, but with the train in sight as you turn and see the station, I want to sort of talk about what I think really is the game-changing trail opening that happened today, and that is really an extension of the East Lake Sammamish Trail. As for a long time, the northbound direction just sort of comes to a unsatisfying end, but that road has been completely redone, and with a quick left, you'll see the station, take the crossing, and then you'll end up at the brand new trail. I'll mark it again here on the map, that little path that we just sort of took. And yeah, this is an amazingly well-paved trail, super wide with gravels on the sides. This is sort of a standard for a lot of the King County trails, and then we'll be riding a short distance to get back to downtown Redmond, right past the link station, but also crucially towards the Redmond Central Connector, which eventually will also connect to the East Rail, which basically means that you are connecting sort of two of the most used trail systems around here into one really easy path. Because before, you essentially had to detour by riding all around the park and up the Sammamish River Trail. So now there's a direct way right under the 520 without having to risk your life with Redmond Way. And my biggest impression from riding this is really how you can have two places that traditionally felt so far now feel like they're right next to each other. And that's really the power of connecting trails and rails, as yeah, I think a lot of people see these as recreational corridors, but really also they create safe spaces for people to ride and then get on the train and get to where they need to go. So today I am riding one of my favorite bikes, the Brompton, as well as I did host a meetup today where we were able to experience all these new openings in a true multimodal fashion as we finally crossed this brand new Bear Creek Trail Bridge, which is awesome. I think bikes and bridges always make a fantastic combo. And at this point I want to mention that through the summer I'll definitely be hosting more big group rides where all bikes are welcomed. We have one coming up next Saturday where we're going to be riding the first bicycle weekend where they make Lake Washington Boulevard car free for 3 miles. So you don't want to miss it. My plan is really to just get as many of us out there as possible, film it, and then use that as a way to advocate for similar spaces. So yeah, I'd love to meet you, ride with you, so make sure you come out. So as we continue here, there really isn't too much more to say about this path. It's probably one of the widest trails we have here in the whole general region, but I wanted to give you a really good look because this integration between the two, and really this is something quite new and something we've never quite had in Redmond before. But currently today there is some construction, but generally the path will just continue along underneath the light rail tracks. And continuing along this path, you'll also notice these murals on the side all throughout, which I think is a fantastic touch, makes it much more welcoming. And then we are here at the station. You see the train up ahead, but also notably right there is a bunch of new bike link lockers. So I'm going to tell you that the answer is 10. 10 Bromptons can fit in one of these spaces for 5 cents an hour. So that gives you more than enough options for different ways for your multimodal commute. Only other thing really to call out here is that right here to our right is a brand new pedestrian scramble, as in a sort of like Shibuya crossing. Everyone can just go sort of all ways as you use this signal. It was closed for today, but yeah, we are back at downtown Redmond Station, which has 2 access points on both sides of 166. So with that, I want to end this video with some closing remarks from one of the big organizers of today, Kelly Reefer from Move Redmond.
The station opening in downtown Redmond is transformational. It really is a watershed moment of this shift from being a car-centered suburb to a transit-oriented community. And we have seen today an incredible amount of people walking and biking and transferring the bus to access the downtown Redmond light rail station, and seeing so much new housing come in. It really is this like beginning of a shift in being a multimodal city.